So the Texans came back from a 21-point deficit last night against the Chargers, and we all know the Chargers are notorious of giving up leads, especially more notably last year when they gave up a 24-point lead to the Denver Broncos. So we have to now. I'm gonna ask Sean, who do you think deserves most of the blame from last night?
On the Chargers team?
Yes.
Okay. There were problems throughout various aspects of that team's offense. But, I mean, the most of the blame, I think, has to sit on Phillip Rivers. He just still hasn't improved much in the past year. And despite new coaching staff, the guy is still struggling as a quarterback.
31 years old, and we all know quarterbacks usually generally peak at around 30 years old, and their skills begin to decline. So, sorry, Phillip.
Sorry, Phillip. You are already 30, and you know what that means. Your skills will start declining. So, at this point, it's speculation, but the evidence shows that quarterbacks do start declining in skill after age 30. And Phillip Rivers, he may have reached his peak already, and he's on the downhill. It's yet to be seen if he's going to improve at all this year, but do you think that there's any evidence at all to show that Phillip Rivers still has some potential in him that hasn't been unlocked yet?
Unlocked? No. I think he has potential to still put up the big numbers that we've seen in the past, but I think Phillip Rivers' problem, I think he's in the same category as Tony Romo, Carson Palmer. There's the talented quarterbacks that somehow lose it for you in the end. They break your heart. He's a heartbreaker. What Phillip Rivers I've always seen, and what I saw last night, he stirred down his receivers, and he's just trying to force. He presses. That's what he is, and that's just who he is. And I believe that he at this point he can't get any better. I think that, it's just a even playing. He is what he is.
Okay, so let's extrapolate that to the overall Chargers team. Do you think there's anything else in the Chargers team that can help this team maybe make it to the playoffs this year, or are you predicting an overall losing season for the Chargers?
Well, I am predicting them to lose. I think they are going to have a losing season, but if they were to make the playoffs or had the tools, I think obviously Ryan Matthews has been, criticized heavily for his health the past, 3 years he's been in the league, and he's supposed to fill LaDainian Tomlinson's shoes, and I haven't seen much of it, but we've seen flashes, and flashes in this league aren't enough, and I think what they need is a big breakout year from Ryan Matthews if they want to have a glimpse or a sniff at the playoffs.